Good morning, day 99, I believe. I am back on trail after spending the night at a trail angel's house. Had a really nice night. Obviously, they're wonderful people. Everyone's always wonderful people. The trail angels, but I also enjoyed the company of the hikers I was with. It was kind of a mixture of people I hadn't seen in like months that I've suddenly like caught up with, and that was cool. And then new people that I hadn't met at all. So it was a different mixture of people that I haven't been around. And so, yeah, beautiful, beautiful night. We all cowboy camped on the deck. Cowboy camping, for anyone who doesn't know, is just when you sleep out, like just on the ground, not like without your tent. And I haven't done that very much since entering the Sierra. Usually because it's either been just too cold or more recently too mosquito-y or things like that. But it was really nice last night, like cool, but not too cold and not mosquito-y. And I realized that I missed it. It's really nice to kind of wake up in the middle of the night and look up at the stars. And yeah, it's a nice way to sleep. And it's nice to be so comfortable doing something like that when realizing that for a lot of people it's not comfortable or normal, and for me it is. I don't know. Anyway, had a great night. Today the plan is to go to Belden. And I have heard all kinds of mixed reports on Belden. Belden town is just like this itty bitty little place with basically like maybe a resort, 2 restaurants, another really small place. But apparently there's music festivals that happen there all summer. And I think one starts today. So that is either going to be something that I will want to participate in or want to avoid, and I don't really know which it's going to be. I'm just kind of going to get there, see how things feel. But it's 23 miles there, so I'm going to get there later because I got a bit of a later start today, and I'm not really planning on pushing very hard. I just kind of want to stroll through those 23 miles, get there when I get there, and see how things go. But feeling good and excited for the day. Wonder who that guy is off there in the distance. These are called Stellar Jays. I think he didn't realize I was here when he hopped on down. I think they're pretty cool looking, but apparently they're everywhere. So, locals are not very impressed by them. Good morning, it's day 100, and I am leaving this strange little anomaly that is Belden town. This little one-way bridge is the only way in or out of this town. Oh, it's just got hit by a car. Did you guys see that? That was insane. Who backs up like that and doesn't even look? Anyway. This is the only way in and out of town. This is town. So as I understand it, this is basically a rentable town. People with lots of money will like rent it out for weekends for events and things. The one that we've just been part of is relatively small.
But, I mean, it is a nice little spot.
All right, I'm just starting the climb out of town here. I have a nearly 5,000 foot climb today. We dropped hugely down into this valley yesterday, so I did a huge downhill, and now I'm basically going back up, and it lasts for 14 miles, which you would think would be a good thing. I think it would make it like not very steep, but it looks pretty steep on the elevation charts. So that's my morning. It's cloudy today, which is not something that commonly happens on the PCT, but maybe that'll be a good thing. Hopefully that'll keep the sun off and keep it cooler. So here I go. And last night in Belden, it turns out there wasn't exactly a music festival going on. There was a private event. So basically, like a bunch of people, like 250 of them, just friends, rented out the whole place to have a little like weekend camp out. So they were really nice and like, you know, went in and hung out with some of the people there. Other weekends, apparently, depending on just who has rented this entire venue, which is a small town, it's basically a rave. Like there's a huge music festival, and that happens. There's a few weekends of the summer where that happens. Last weekend apparently was one of them, and so that was the rumor I had heard about the place. But it was pretty mellow, and yeah, like I said, I hung out for a little while and then still went to bed pretty early. So, but it was cool. It was an interesting little experience. All right, so I'm pretty much at the top of this climb. It was not as bad as I was expecting, so that was good. It did take me a while, most of the day here. But yeah, I started this morning a little over 2,000 feet. Right now I'm a little over 7,000 feet. And it has stayed cloudy most of the day, which is not what I would want every day, but it's been really nice today to not be doing a lot of this climb in the sun. So gonna keep on walking, try and get some more miles in, get me a little closer to Chester, which I hope to arrive in tomorrow. Good morning on day 101. Yesterday was day 100. I didn't really say much about it because at the time I was walking through a sleeping Belden town with probably a bunch of tired and hungover people, so I didn't want to be shouting about how I'd walked 100 days. But I am in the triple digits, and I guess that's exciting. It's kind of crazy. What kind of crazy person stays out in the woods for 100 days? Definitely this one. Plan for today is still to get to Chester. I stopped a little earlier yesterday than I had really planned for. So I've left myself 26 miles to do today if I still want to get to Chester. So it's doable. It'll just be a long day. And if I don't make it, well, that's okay too. I'll just go in the morning. So, but that is the plan. And up bright and early, had a nice night, met some section hikers, talked to them for a while, and yeah, it was good. Well, let's walk.
There's a possibility that that is Mount Shasta. It's the same mountain I was looking at a couple days ago, although I'm a little closer to it now. And some southbound friends told us that you'd be able to see Mount Shasta for like weeks, so I suspect that might be it, but as always, I could be wrong. Alright, just rolled up on this happy little monument sticking out of the ground. This is the official PCT Midpoint. I've officially walked how many miles? Canada is 1325 away, and that is the same distance that it is where I came from, to Mexico. Pretty awesome.
So if you ask me how it feels to have walked half of the PCT, I would tell you that it feels amazing. I actually had not been looking forward to getting to the halfway point that much. Like, yeah, I'm always looking forward to getting to the next whatever, but it just wasn't, I felt like it would be more of a reminder of how far I had to go. Like, you know, I've done so much and then I've got so much further to go. But actually that's not what it was like at all. It was super exciting to get to it. Like, I was super stoked just the few miles leading up to it. Like, I'm there. And because, like, it's amazing. I walked 1,325 miles. And as of now, I am now closer to Canada than I am to Mexico. Like, that's just, it's awesome. It's really, really cool. So I'm actually really excited to have hit that point and be still going and still moving and still making progress. And if anything, I feel more motivated now after having hit it today. So exciting things for day 101 on the trail. I am a few miles out from the highway to Chester, so it's looking like I will probably make that today. So excited to go in and have some dinner.
Made it to Chester. I'm fed and showered. There's a pretty sunset. And we are the cool kids hanging at the laundromat on a Saturday night, rocking our rain clothes. Interesting, this laundromat has a little pay shower over there, which most of them don't have, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, yep, happy to be clean and doing the town chores.